That was a big play. Big play. I mean, it was 17 seconds left. It was, critical. Wasn't that hard a decision to use it or not, right? Yeah, I know, but I was trying to use it a couple other times tonight, and good thing I didn't, so worked out.
Just another game where you're really able to turn things over and create a lot of advantages. That's a team effort and commitment that you guys have been pretty consistent with all year.
Yeah, I mean, it was not great in the first half, Michael, right? But it was pretty consistent in the second, right? I think so halftime we just said, like, listen, I think we're getting some decent looks. They're packing the paint, so if anything gets too heavy, there's always somebody to kick it out to, right? There was plenty for Thad and Scotty and Chris and those guys as the paint clogged up, so we were going to get some kind of good, decent look. And I just said if we, again, broken record up here, but I just really stressed the early defense. We were just giving up too much, not in transition, but just off one quick action, and we just weren't quite ready on our help side. But then we finally got it figured out. And it reminded me a little bit of the Knicks game. I thought one of the Knicks games, the last one there, I just thought we kept getting them to take semi-tough shots, and they just kept making them, like long layups outside the lane. And I was just like, and then finally a couple of them rolled off almost exactly. And the Knicks kept shooting these turnaround fadeaways, and they kept making them, and we were really guarding them. And then again, we finally got them to miss a couple. That really ended up being the difference, I think, down the stretch.
What do you see in the level of maturity that's coming with Scotty, understanding the moment?
Well, he really likes to play those last 3 or 4 minutes, right? I just kind of said I thought he should drive in there and use that size a little more frequently in the game. I mean, but he certainly, again, loves that end of the game, and he always wants to try to hunt the ball down if it's a foul situation, because he really believes he's going to make those free throws to seal games. But yeah, he made some really huge critical plays when it wasn't super easy. It never is in the guts of a game like a 1-point game going back and forth. It's never super easy to get great shots, and he got it to some places that he used his size and skill.
What were you looking from what Thad was able to bring to the game, particularly in the
Well, I thought Thad played really good the whole game. Again, it was another. I'm not incredibly happy with our start again. Like just very jump shotty without much attacking, and just not into it. And I think again it was about the second or third game on this road trip where Chris checked in and hit a three and kind of woke us up. It's a second for sure. It might have been even a third game where he literally checked in and hit a three, and all of a sudden we go from down 12. And we end up at the end of the quarter. We were, happened to us the other night too, 1 point, 3 points or something. So we're back in the game. So both those guys I thought brought a lot. Thad came in right away and just made, he just made really good offensive moves. He got it, he cut right, got a couple dump offs. He used his little lefty turnaround hook, and then he even stuck a corner three. And talking about that with the coaches the other day, we used to get like a 3 a game out of Thad a year ago. Right, like he'd always sneak out there and hit one, and that's just kind of like where'd that go? Well, it was back tonight, which again I think it just gives him confidence and is certainly a great boost for us, just because of the way teams play us so much in the paint.
Gone to your bench quite early, getting guys in.
Yep.
To have that transitional team get in there and adjust the game that was unique. How much of a benefit?
Well, it was great. I think we needed them 2 times tonight. We needed them to jumpstart us into the game. Right, so we subbed early and kept bringing guys in. We needed them with Pascal's foul trouble a little bit more than normal, and I think they started the 4th fairly well. I think.
How much do you attribute potentially maybe just fatigue, just a lot of travel, to the slow starts that you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. It's probably more the travel and that kind of stuff. Is probably just like getting to a level of just kind of optimum readiness, right? You just, maybe a little, sleepy. You just remember the game started at 5, not later than that, whatever. So, but it's been a couple games in a row. That might have something to do with it. But I don't know. I think especially on the road, you just don't want to come down and try to out jump shot teams. We just came out and it was just like, and there were open shots, but need to get in attack mode and hit the paint and try to get it to the rim. And those are great if they're all going to go in, but when none of them go in, it looks and feels really bad, and you put yourself in a big hole.
So you go 4 on 3 on a pretty tough trip.
Yep.
I mean, what do you say?
Well, I think I said it before the game. If we could get out of this trip 4 and 3, especially after losing OG in game 2, I think, right? I think it's not bad. And again, there was some, it's 2 really good quarters there, right? Like really good quarters defensively. There's been some great ones. The first quarter or 2 at Portland were amazing. The last quarter there as well was amazing defensively. So again, right now, my one of my biggest focuses is how we're guarding in the 4th, and it was a pretty good road trip from that standpoint. So I think we've made some progress on this trip.
Look at those lists of priorities going into just a long stretch on the road. I'm sure you have a list or may need to take a beat, but would you say that you guys found success in kind of knocking off those things that you might have wanted to accomplish?
Certainly, in stretches, certainly, right? I think again, there are things we're talking about that maybe they weren't certainly getting done at the start of the game, but the reminder at the timeout, the big reminder in the film at halftime, and then it appears, right? It appears and it appears really well when we really needed it late. So. It's kind of where I'd say there's 34, 32, 36 minutes of really good we just need to kind of keep extending that out a little bit, I think, to be a little bit more who we want to be.